I have not engaged in that rhetoric. Now, my opponent is engaged in that rhetoric.
But as I stand here tonight, equality and democracy are under assault.
I have not engaged in that rhetoric.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
I have not engaged in that rhetoric.
That the Republican Party today is dominated, driven, and intimidated by Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans. And that is a threat to this country.
I have not engaged in that rhetoric.
MAGA Republicans do not respect the Constitution. They do not believe in the rule of law. They do not recognize the will of the people.
I have not engaged in that rhetoric.
They promote authoritarian leaders and they fan the flames of political violence.
I have not engaged in that rhetoric.
We are not powerless in the face of these threats. We are not bystanders in this ongoing attack on democracy.
I have not engaged in that rhetoric.
MAGA Republicans have made their choice. They embrace anger. They thrive on chaos. They live not in the light of truth, but in the shadow of lies.
I have not engaged in that rhetoric.
We must be stronger, more determined, and more committed to saving American democracy than MAGA Republicans are to destroying American democracy.
I have not engaged in that rhetoric.
There are public figures today, yesterday, and the day before predicting and all but calling for mass violence and rioting in the streets.
I have not engaged in that rhetoric.
MAGA Republicans look at America and see carnage and darkness and despair. They spread fear and lies. Lies told for profit and power.
I have not engaged in that rhetoric.
No matter what the white supremacists and the extremists say,
I have not engaged in that rhetoric.
the MAGA Republicans believe that for them to succeed, everyone else has to fail.
I have not engaged in that rhetoric.
And now, America must choose to be a nation of hope and unity and optimism, or a nation of fear, division, and of darkness.
I have not engaged in that rhetoric.